Alright, so this is going to be the beginning of our second podcast here on the channel. Pretty much going to be talking about the same stuff as we did in the last podcast, but just adding a couple little things, and if we end up thinking of anything else we want to talk about, we'll end up doing that. But this is going to be a little bit shorter than the last one, just mainly because we have a lot of stuff in the works, and we're trying to keep things short and simple right now, but appreciate everybody stopping in to give this a listen. I want to welcome Foxful.
Hello.
And Rapid, he's going to be joining us today, and pretty much just going to be talking about, a continuance of, the state of gaming and all the things that come with it. And I'm ready whenever y'all are.
Well, the state of gaming is that this DLC is pretty fucking epic, and we're about to get into it as we talk about how the state of gaming currently is as a whole. It's been kind of getting spicy, hasn't it? Like on Twitter and shit, with fucking Power World adding sex.
Oh yeah, very, very revolutionizing for the gaming industry. I think the biggest thing that I'm definitely concerned about with the state of gaming is that Xbox might be making a lot of their exclusives available to all these other consoles.
Don't you think that would defeat the purpose of a console though? If because it used to be about personal preference, right? So don't you think that would kind of defeat the purpose of personal preference? Or
I definitely think so. I mean, it's one of those things that, I grew up playing Xbox my entire life, and, I grew up playing stuff like Halo, Gears of War, just most of Xbox is mainstream games. That's what I looked for when it came to Xbox, because they were the people that had those games. And, PlayStation, of course, it had its, God of War, stuff like that.
And now PlayStation's about to apparently get Gears and Halo and all these other exclusives and shit. Does that technically make... Wait, so what does that mean for Game Pass? Probably nothing, right?
Probably not. I mean, they'll probably end up just putting Game Pass on these other systems to, I guess, get more of Xbox's stuff out. But I think Xbox is going to become a publisher instead of a console maker.
Well, it's kind of seeming like the PC market has always they've always been winning in the back for the longest time. They've always been winning, on but it kind of just seems like they're really trying to make PC win now. It's just oh yeah, because there's no more console exclusives now, is what it seems like. So it's just they're kind of just making it seem that it's easier to just buy a PC rather than buy a console. Everybody buys a console for convenience, right? For simplicity. Being able to just kind of pick up a console and get ready and just play. Just get up and go. But because we don't really have exclusives anymore, they're kind of just making it look like it's only going to go towards the PC route. It seems like we're all only going to be on PC within the next decade or so. Well, maybe not the next decade, maybe 15 years. We'll probably be on PC.
Yeah, I feel
probably
pretty much, yeah, if Xbox and Microsoft goes to that, then yeah. You'll probably see all the Xbox people just go to PC.
It's fucking insane. Because Microsoft, you know what I mean? Microsoft is already basically owns PC as a whole. So it's just it just makes more sense that consoles just gonna kind of become obsolete, and that kind of sucks for people I get it. Me, for example, I'm mostly a PC gamer now. I still play my console, And I always will because, you know, I grew up on console. Like, it's not something I can put down. And it's kind of like competitive gaming too. Like, I can never put that down either. I'm a very competitive person. You know, like, I'll never be able to, like, put down, you know, a console. Like, even though I'm PC inclusive, like, I can't put down a console. I grew up on consoles. So, like, even though I'm a PC player, the fact that they're, like, kind of trying to make PC, like a fucking capsule is just, I don't know. I mean, I like it. Again, don't get me wrong, but I mean, like, I feel bad for the people, like, you know, who are currently, like, how we were in our childhood, you know what I mean? Like, they just want simplicity and to have fun. Like, a PC is very expensive. ADHD. The PC is very expensive. Consoles are starting to get expensive too, and that's another thing that makes PC kind of more of a sensible choice. Because PC is getting cheaper while consoles are getting unreasonably expensive. And I feel like people should be able to kind of just pick up and play whatever they want. But, like, you know, like, people make fun of people for, like, having, like, consoles and whatnot, but when it comes down to it, video games are just about having fun and being able to pick it up and play. That's really what it's about, and I feel like they're just steering away from that. That's all I want to say about that. I just kind of feel like we're going to be PC inclusive within, like, the next 15 years.
Yeah, it's something I really hope doesn't happen because, like I said, I'm not really in one of those things that I want to get a PC. Like, yes, it would be nice to have one, have a miniature one, and it's good for, you know, doing, like, simple tasks as far as, like, editing my videos and stuff like that, but the fact that I'm going to have to go out at this point, and there's a possibility that Xbox is going to be not a thing anymore, as far as, like, with new consoles, you know, I'm going to have to take that risk of going out and buying a PC now. And, you know, like Fox just said, you know, they're very expensive. They range anywhere from, you know, $600 just for a basic one, all the way up to, what, $2,000-$3,000?
Even more.
Yeah, like, that's something I'm really not trying to get into. I just want to continue to
pick up and
enjoy
play
it.
like I said, you know what I mean? And, like, and the thing that kind of sucks is that we kind of lost the pick up and play value, you know what I mean? Like, again, like, it just, like, like, over the last, like, 5-10 years, it's just made more sense to switch to PC. While I like the platform, like, it's just, like, it's becoming easier to switch to PC. I think that's kind of, like, what the plan was. I mean, I know, like, I saw a video, I haven't finished it yet, but, I saw a video, that Fudiv's uploaded recently, titled PC Ruined Gaming. While that is true, it also kind of created gaming, because you wouldn't have been able to make video games without a fucking computer.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I can definitely agree with.
But it's just like...
PC's gonna end up getting in the way of stuff, and, you know, it's okay. Like, obviously you want to play PC because you want higher frames, you want, you know, better graphical settings, stuff like that, but, you know, that's okay for more single player stuff. When you start putting it into a multiplayer aspect, then it's no longer gonna make gaming enjoying.
It's no longer about competition, no longer about being fun. It's just about hardware specs at that point. Like, I don't think we talked about that. I don't think we touched on that last episode because it's actually a really big issue. especially for Call of Duty. I don't really see a lot of people talk about it, but frame rate and refresh rate, again, over the last decade, like, has been probably our biggest issue with fucking gaming we've ever had. Like, only in a crossplay perspective. And not even in a crossplay perspective. It's also because consoles support 120 frames now, and like we're still getting games made on Xbox One. Like Modern Warfare 3, you can play that on Xbox One. Now, the Xbox One only goes to 60 Hz. Now, if you turn off crossplay and you play with Xbox, you're gonna play with people that are on the series and playing at 120, and that's just not really fair, because they get twice the reaction time as you. I didn't realize it was on public. I'm muting this guy.
But I mean, it's one of those things that it's like, why should we have to sit here and constantly struggle?
Yeah, why should I have to react faster than I already need to react? You know what I mean?
Like, Call of Duty is supposed to be relaxing. It's not supposed to be a sweat fest. People camping, like all that stuff's so unnecessary for gaming.
Don't make a sound.
I don't know.
Microtransactions, kind
Oh
of
my
like,
Jesus.
it's
Yeah, those
like-
are the worst.
Yeah.
Not even to mention
bunch
that you get rewarded for buying them too. The game doesn't. The game's not gonna show you that. I mean, well, it will, but you won't notice unless you really, really try to notice. But like, it definitely rewards you for paying for their shit.
I personally am just, I don't know. I think the best choice at this point would be like, there should be an option for you to not play with crossplay and stuff like that, and it not kill the player base that you're in. Because, you know, if you're sitting here fighting people, like, you know, he just said, on a higher frame rate, you know, obviously you have to have a better monitor, you have to have a series console. You know, overall, like, gaming's not even a fun thing anymore. This is something that they literally have to, you have to go out and pay almost $1,000 just to game on the same level as other people. That's not fun. That's such a letdown. I mean, what about you, Rapid? What was your first console that you picked up when, you know, you first started gaming?
It was a Nintendo 64.
And I mean, did that have any microtransactions in it? Did it have
None at all.
any online player base?
That wasn't
that,
even
you know,
like a thought.
exactly. And why is it that now people can go back and play Nintendo 64 games, or, you know, even farther than that, and still have a fun time without the need of, you know, money being involved? It's just, you got the console, you hooked it up, you played your game, and you could spend hours doing it.
And now it's just like, and another thing I kind of want to touch on, a very, very big thing that I think would be great to fucking talk about, since we're on this topic, is that we're losing, we're gonna lose physical copies.
Oh my Jesus, yeah, I heard about that too.
We're gonna lose physical copies for games, and like, you know, like, I'm in my 20s, dude, my early 20s. I grew up in the very early 2000s. You know, I'm a 2000s kid, and you know, I grew up on physical copies. Like, that was one of the most joyful things. Like, I never really thought about it in my head on how enjoyable it was, but it was so enjoyable just to grab a copy of the game and, like, open the case up, see the disc, see the instruction manual, and just hear that noise of taking the disc out, popping it in. Like, oh, it's so awesome, dude. Like, even how, like, video game cases evolved, like, Xbox had the green plastic, you know? fucking, like, that shit was fucking cool. I actually fascinated over the green plastic on Xbox cases. That's actually one of the reasons why I wanted an Xbox, is so I could say that I had one of those games with the green plastic, because I thought it was fucking cool. I had ADHD. I still have it. It doesn't go away. But, like, I was a kid, and my ADHD was really, really bad when I was a kid. So, like, I wanted to feel cool because, you know, of things like that. Things like that were special to me. I loved how video game cases were designed. Another thing about video game cases I'd like to touch on is, you know, remember when PS2 had those greatest hits? Fucking cases,
yeah.
like the little red marked ones. Had a couple
Yeah,
of
I remember
those.
those.
Like those were
I
fucking
think-
cool.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I definitely missed was, like, I think back in the day when I had the original Xbox, either that or the 360, the, what was it called? Halo had a little game book that would literally, like, give you descriptions of all the Covenant that you would fight in the game.
Yes.
Like, that to me, I would sit there and read that book for hours.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot to read, but it's like, that's what I enjoyed reading.
Unreal Tournament 3 had an instruction manual about, like, all the guns, and, like, that's another thing, Gears of War 2! Like, actually, I didn't mean to say Gears of War 2, but Gears of War 2 did have the best instruction manual. It talked about the guns, it talked about, you know, what it means, the level of, how wounded you are, what it means when you're down, like...
Yeah, like, it gave you everything.
Everything.
And now Gears is literally nothing but...
Nothing.
It's just nothing at that point. It's not a game that's enjoyable anymore. People have just, I don't know, they've taken the fun out of it. But, I mean, it's, you know, just as much as it is the player's fault, it's the developer's fault. You know, you can't sit here and keep saying, no, the developer's not doing this, this, and this, when you're literally giving in to them and paying the money to let them continue to do it. If you're not going to speak up and say anything, like, you have no right to complain.
It's just, it's like... I don't know, man. I just think, like, gaming needs to have more communication, like it used to have, more optimization, more, like, more precautions, just shit in general, you know? Like, I really just feel like we don't have, like, any ounce of communication, and I think that's kind of where gaming fell off, is that we lost communication. Like, we lost the ability to be able to, like, help each other make, like, passion projects. Like, we don't have passion projects anymore. We have, like, here's a project that we can make. You know what? I can make a comparison to, like, crypto projects at this point. All of the games we're playing are pretty much like crypto projects. They're there to make money and not to, like, entertain. I feel like it's more about, like, money now than entertainment.
Actual content.
Yeah.
Like, there's a couple games in general I could easily point out to you, like Back 4 Blood.
Yes.
Back 4 Blood literally came out. That entire game was supposed to be just a continued project of Left 4 Dead. Like, people were waiting for it, people were excited, and then it comes out and it plays terribly. Like, you had all this time, you had a decent studio, and it just, oh my god. I don't understand. Like, what is the point of these people having all this money, this time, this, like, putting all this just for us to get something like that? Like, this, It's just so disappointing.
You know what's also disappointing? The fact that, because before podcast, me and Rapid were talking about remastering games, and he brought up that they were going to try and, or apparently they are going to remaster the old Need for Speed Most Wanted. And in my head, I'm like, it's too fucking late. The modding community has already remastered the game. Not even fucking once. Several times. Several. Like, there have been, like, mods in the game that have overhauled the graphics insanely. It's fucking insane that, like, we have to do all the work instead of, like, waiting for, like, them to be, you know, generous and, like, entertain us, you know, because that's what we give them money for. We give them money because we're having fun. And we want to continue reciprocating that fun. It's like, we don't... I don't really know, man. It's like there's no point in remastering Most Wanted because, again, like, it's already basically been done. Like, these mods have way better graphics mods than, or mechanics than, like, most fucking games that are out, like, in current, you know, in current time. It's absolutely baffling to me that we do a better job than developers. Like, actual licensed developers.
It just comes to show you that it's literally like it doesn't take much to make it. Like, if people that are just modders on the computer can do these things in such a simplistic way, there should be no excuse for any of these developers to not be able to make a good game. I mean, let's see. Rapid, what's a game here recently that you had a lot of hype for that just really didn't live up to your expectations?
You might be talking to somebody.
Yeah, he might. What about you, Fox? What's the...
Oh, it was
Oh, it's okay.
I would probably say... Wow, that's honestly.
Yeah, what's a game that you had a lot of excitement for that just really didn't live up to your expectation?
Honestly, Gears 5. Gears 5 was supposed to be, like, so much. Like, they made it seem like it was going to be, like, incredible. You know, we were gonna have this free open world fucking campaign, and it was like, they're like in you know, the fucking, at the event, they're all like, it's going to be hands down the best fucking campaign, it's open world, you get to ride vehicles and explore more about the fucking story that you've never ever seen, and you get this stupid fucking bitch that got introduced in Gears 4 that's somehow really fucking important to the story. It's just,
Yeah, I don't even know why Kate was made a main character. Like, she had zero relevance to the game.
fucking, she just appeared in Gears 4, like, literally at the beginning of the game, a fucking settlement with a bunch of bears, robots, and she just fucking appears. She exists. And, like Dell, too. And no, before any of you fucking snowflakes out there say it's because he's black, no, it's not because he's black. It's because he's literally a pointless character. He serves no fucking purpose.
He has no relevance to the story. He has no, like, personal connection to any of these people. Like Lizzie Carmine. Literally, that makes
Where
so
did
much
she
sense.
come from?
Like, exactly. Like, there's only supposed to be 4 Carmines, but apparently she just pops up out of nowhere. Becomes the 5th Carmine.
Hey, look, it's Lizzie. No story, by the way, on how she got here, but hey, there's Lizzie. and Clayton, well, I would have liked to know what happened with Clayton, because he sounds like he's like 60 years old now. Like when you listen to him talk, he sounds like he's old, worn down, beaten. Sounds like he's about to fucking pass away at any moment. Honestly, it's probably just Marcus hasn't.
Yeah, as old as he is.
Bro, that's wild, bro. If they do make another game, I kind of hope they don't, but I know they will at some point.
Oh yeah, they definitely will. It'll be one of those things that if they see there's a way for money to be made, they're going to definitely just go for it and just be done with it.
I just wish they would, like, back to why I thought it was disappointing. So not only the campaign, Escape was fun when you first experienced it, and then you played all the levels, and then it was like, this game was fucking pointless. So Escape is only fun to do a first playthrough of all the levels, and then it gets boring. Horde...
Horde was fun in Gears 3. They should have never changed it.
I don't
They
really have a
ruined
lot
it.
to say about Horde in Gears 5. I really don't. I don't.
Horde was my favorite game mode, and yeah, they ruined it on 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't have much to say about it.
So many opportunities. Like Gears 3 was the best because it was you pick a command post, and you know that's it. You build up, you defend, and you know that's the end of the day. But when into Gears 4, there's no command post. You can just put your stuff everywhere you want to, and it's like that was a little okay. I could understand that a little bit, but then they got to Gears 5, and it's just like there was no absolute way that they could make it any worse than that.
I will compliment them on the ability of the train being able to kill boss in Asylum. I will give them credit on that one. That is funny.
Yeah, it was goofy. It was definitely goofy for what it was.
I also will credit it for letting me be able to, again, my ADHD, I'm weird. I'll credit it for being able to let me move when a horde wave is done. I did think that was awesome. Like, instead of having to stand still while looking at my wave results, I can actually move around by ammo while I'm looking at the results. I did like, even though Horde was kind of bad, I kind of did like the concept of having to buy abilities. I thought that was kind of cool. Because, I mean, like, Horde, you know, it's Horde. You need help with everything you can get, you know what I mean? Defenses. So I kind of, well, you know, I kind of liked the fact that we had abilities. You know, like, we did extra damage, extra crit damage, shit like that, you know? I quite enjoyed that. It kind of added, like, diversity. I will say I didn't like the class shit. That kind of just makes Horde not really Horde.
Yeah, it just felt more like a side mission than it did Horde.
Yeah. But, long and short of it, Gears 5 campaign was bad.
Multiplayer was worse.
Multiplayer was worse. Escape was not even, like, shouldn't have even been conceived as the game mode. Remember how much they hyped that up, dude? I remember, like, when they were talking about it, like, Escape is going to be such a good game mode. It's going to be the most work we've ever put into a game mode. It's just like, dude, you can, like, beat it within 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not to
They
mention
butchered it.
the difficulty too. Like, insane. Like, they definitely they meant insane when they said insane.
Like, died way too quickly. Not enough bullets. Like, not even the previous Gears were that difficult.
Well, yeah, they were hard, but they were fair.
what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't tell you the amount of times I had to restart the Gears 1 or 2 campaign because of dying on Insane.
It's fucking. I don't know, man. Like I've been playing like older games, you know. Just like I've been playing stuff like this, like cause this is fun. World War Z is fun. You know, World War Z, like for those of you who are actually watching the gameplay along with the audio, this DLC that we're playing right now actually just came out not too long ago.
About a couple months.
Yeah, a couple months. Like this game is still getting content. I will say this game, it's a good game, but I'm not going to say that it doesn't have its issues because this game has a lot of fucking issues. This is one of my favorite games, and I have one of the biggest love and hate relationships with it. It's fucking insane. But I mean, they're still supporting this game, and that's really all like we really ask for, right? It's just like support. You know, that's really all we fucking ask for in a game. Is support, and like it's been getting better over time. Actually, like I've actually been kind of impressed with what they've been doing with this game. It's genuinely been impressive, and it makes me smile because, you know, I don't really have a lot like of hope for gaming. I personally, I don't think it's gonna get any better. I think it's going to get worse, and I think, honestly, standard editions might even go for more than 70 very soon.
I freaking hope not.
Yeah, I hope not either.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, would you really even hold it past them? Like, I mean, like, would you, like, with the way shit is going, would you...
The inflation.
Yeah.
If it gets to the point of where a standard edition is more than $60, then I don't know. Like, at that
It is
point,
more than
I might...
60. Standard
70.
It's 70.
70 now. It's been 70 for a while.
I don't understand. It's always been $60 every single game that you got.
Not for the last year and a half.
They need to take that stuff away because it's like you're starting to make owning a console or playing video games in general like become a money drainer. Especially with as terrible as it is right now, especially with the economy. Like, nobody can keep up with even just basic payments, let alone be able to enjoy gaming on the side.
Well, I didn't talk about this on stream, but that's like back to what I was saying to you off cast about like Alan Wake 2 being retailed $10 less on PC than it is on console.
That's so goofy.
That's why I do enjoy services like Game Pass, 'cause I can just download a game, play it. It's free, you know, as long as you pay for the service. You can just keep trying out new games.
It's not that expensive too, but I mean, like they did kind of fuck up recently with like core Game Pass and all of that shit. Like they removed gold just to add core Game Pass. Like, dude, just have one fucking subscription.
That's what I'm saying. They're making it more difficult than it needs to be, and the fact that they don't just listen to the consumer, that's
It is a good idea, for sure, 100%. Like, it's definitely, like, it's pulling off, it's working. Like, I mean, you got Game Pass, you got PS Plus, like, the concept of it really does work. But, like, don't be too fucking greedy with it, and don't be a dick with it, and it's kind of what Microsoft has been doing lately. But, you know, they always do that with their subscriptions.
I feel like Microsoft just needs to, pump the brakes a little bit and not sit here and just do not let everything be about just money. I definitely remember back in the day when Microsoft was, acquiring Bungie and stuff like that, and
Oh my god.
like it was just a lot of stuff to really take in and understand, because when you become a monopoly as big as you are, you kind of limit people to what they can and can't play. So yeah, the subscription based service is nice, but at what cost? Do we have to continue to pay monthly just to be able to play certain games because we no longer have just a base?
I definitely would like to be able to go back to playing online for free. Like, I never got to experience that in like the PS3 days, but like I feel like that's how it should be. Like, I mean, like that's another thing that kind of makes PC a more viable option, is because you don't need to pay to play online at all.
You just buy the game and hop on, and that's it.
Yeah, it's fucking wild to me. Like, Nintendo wants a subscription now, I think.
They
do.
have one.
They have one that is for only mostly online based games. But if you're playing stuff like
$20 a year.
Yeah, which I mean that's
not
not
really
a
that
terrible
bad.
price. But think about it, it's $20 now. Wait for a couple of years, they're gonna pump it up to $60 or $70.
Dude, does anybody? Okay, podcast listeners, does any, and you guys can chip in too, obviously, but does anybody fucking remember the old price tags for Xbox Live Gold? Because I do. I remember exactly how it went. They used to have different price tags. A month of gold used to be 25. 3 months used to be 50, and a year used to be 100 for gold.
Yeah, that stuff
fucking
got
wild.
shut down. That stuff got shut down so quickly.
Still remember that, dude. I think my uncle paid for the year fucking $100.
Oh,
Yeah, and then they ended up changing it to 1 month was $10, 3 months was $25, and then they introduced a 6 months card, and then they after that
the 6 month was $45. I actually thought the 6 month was a pretty good invention.
But now here they are, they got rid of Xbox Live. It's just Game Pass Core, which, yes, it's okay, but you're paying the same exact for what you could with Gold.
And they kind of, like, when I was talking about the subscription issues thing, they need to fix the update rate, because people are gonna think that they got fucking scammed. Me and my uncle were trying to play Diablo 4 together, because we play at both couch co-op whenever I go over to my grandmother's house, and together when I'm, at home. And he had just gotten Game Pass Core, and it wouldn't update. It still said he needed to purchase Xbox Live Gold or whatever, and I guess they haven't updated the subscription name in Diablo itself. Maybe that's one of the issues, because Diablo still says Xbox Live Gold. But it wouldn't let him play online because it's like, oh, you haven't purchased Xbox Live Gold, but on his account it says he has Core. Like, that kind of shit, like, that's not even, like, the only time that shit has happened. Like, that shit has been going on for years, and that's why I said Microsoft needs to, like, fix their subscriptions, because they have been doing that shit even when, like, Gold was $100 for me. They've been kind of double charging people. Like, I do know they scandalize people sometimes.
And they try to act dumb to it and be like, oh, well, in our systems it says that you haven't purchased anything.
We didn't double charge. We would never do that. and then you have to freeze your cards and your...
all that stuff just to get things to work normally. So, I don't know. State of gaming starting to get in a, I guess, a terrible aspect. I mean,
That Alan Wake 2 was a huge W.
Yeah, that's a huge W compared to, I don't know how many L's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
My mom needs to go to the like county. We got a letter from something. She needed to go with her because.
Yeah, okay. It was a pleasure to have you on, dude. Pleasure to have you hang out again.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
And, I'm definitely gonna start inviting you again. Because I miss you, buddy.
You guys have a good one, but I'll be back.
Alright, dude.
Alright, you be safe.
Stay.
But, yeah, other than that, just things haven't really been the best, and
Yeah, we've been kind of putting off the second episode for a while. Like, things have just been kind of, weird. I will say, every year truly does get worse because these last couple of weeks have been really weird. Like, we were supposed to do the podcast episode like 3 weeks ago.
yep, supposed to have it recorded and everything, but we sit here and we try to talk, try to think of things, and it's just too much
there's
stuff.
something going on.
Yep, just too much stuff to think about. But hopefully now that, you know, this one is in the process of being done, and I appreciate all the people that are actually, you know, coming in now over the live stream.
Yeah, we've been seeing the feedback, and we really appreciate it. Like, honestly, like, when we thought of doing the podcast, we kind of just wanted to be able to express our opinions and just like see feedback, but we didn't expect like such
This positivity.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing to actually sit here and be appreciated for, you know, the content that we're putting out.
Like we're gonna keep putting it out. I mean, regardless. I mean, of how long it takes. I mean, I'm not. You know, we may go on like another fucking tangent where we don't upload for another 3 weeks, but that's kind of just like sometimes how content creation works. You can't rush what you want to do, and honestly, I'm kind of glad we did it the way we did and took the amount of time we did, because if we would have like did the podcast like when we were
In a rush way,
yeah.
you know, our minds wouldn't have been right. You know, our opinions would have been very rushed, and you know, I'm not trying to give, you know, bad content on this channel. I want this to be I guess like a safe haven for people to be able to say whatever they want without, you know, feeling pressured to do certain things.
Exactly, that's all we really want. We kind of just want to be like a place to chill. And I know we're technically, I know we're doing these podcasts live right now, like as a form of recording. But when we start to gain traction and gain more feedback and, you know, more viewership and stuff like that, I think I kind of want to be able to hear feedback from you guys live, if that's something that Joshua would be interested in too. I think that would be kind of cool for us to like actually do our episodes live.
Yeah, I would definitely be down to do that, because being able to sit here and read chat and, you know, really here in the middle of the moment, you know, we can answer those questions for you. You know, you don't have to wait until the video gets published to YouTube. It's, you know, you're there in the moment, you're listening to us, you're giving us questions to ask, and you know that's really what makes a good podcast important, is not just the people, but it's more of, you know, the questions that you ask that we can kind of like pick at and be, I guess, more proficient in what we're trying to do.
And what we're trying to do is really just try to just escape the world, honestly. Try to just escape the world and think about nice things to talk about, because
Gaming sucks.
There isn't a lot of nice things. Gaming is bad.
Couldn't tell you the amount of times that I hop on Xbox and just immediately start feeling, I don't know, I guess dread for getting on, because
What should I have going on today? I don't know.
just, I don't think Xbox or PlayStation, any of those things should feel that way. I should just be able to hop on and just enjoy what I'm doing.
Exactly. And that's like, and that's like a crazy thing too. Like I find myself going back to like older games, like fucking emulators. Like I'm literally playing a fucking golf game like on a PS2 emulator, and it's fun as shit. That's crazy, right? Golf is fun.
Yep. It's something as simple as that is starting to become more fun than mainstream games.
Like it's like, dude, sports games fucking hit back in the day, man. Oh my god, Madden 07? Oh, never forget it.
Oh yeah, speaking of sports games, did you see the trailer for the new college football game?
No, but that sounds fucking fantastic, and I hope it's good.
Yeah, they've I don't think they've released a trailer. I think it's more along the line of
Like a teaser?
yeah. I mean they have it on there. It's NCAA, I think 24 or 25. But this is the first time that they're releasing this stuff for it, because they finally got it approved for college players to actually start making money off of this stuff.
That's fucking awesome. Like, I definitely hope they can return the feel of, like, the old sports game feel, because I miss that. Like, I would legit sit there and play Madden 07 for hours. I'd create, like, my own team and, like, go through the franchise mode. Oh my god. The Hall of Fame player mode was fun, too. Like,
Pick one of the worst teams in the game and just build up their dynasty.
Yes. And like you could like pick the worst player. Like the Hall of Fame mode was nice because you could pick your own player and you could just play as him instead of controlling the entire team. It actually felt like really like intrusive and real.
So we'll get to see on that one. We'll get to see if it becomes a good thing, and that's all that really matters. But as far as I can tell, I mean, that's really all I can think of for today's podcast. I think next episode we're definitely gonna have a different topic to talk about. If any of y'all have suggestions of what y'all would like to hear from us, just tell us let us know. Tell us in the comment section, and if you think there's anything we should improve on as far as what we're doing in these podcasts, just let us know. Don't hesitate, because you're just as important as anything.
Just don't be a guy that thinks that Task Manager uses resources on your computer and also lets their computer overheat instead of taking care of it. Don't be that kind of guy.
How smart is this smart guy?
But I think that'll be it for the day, and appreciate everybody for coming, and hope y'all enjoyed the video.